All right. Peace. We're live. Peace, Moors. Everybody watching this, hit that like, hit that share button. Peace.
I am not a Negro, black, colored, African American. I'm a Moorish American. Peace.
Yeah. Hey, 5 on the right, 2 on the left, man. You know what time it is. Yo. We just Moors in America, soared through the shores and endured criminal acts of war on our character. 7 years after the 4th score, no reward. Shout out to the most courageous, they was jumping over barriers. Where does that compare to you? We come from a place where you scared to visit our area. We come from a place where it's scary for good Samaritans. Heavy luggage we carrying, babies having babies. It's crazy being American. Praise the one and only Allah, there's no comparison. La ilaha illa Allah, body and buried gin. Laughing at you clowns like ha-ha, dodging the Nephilim. Conquer lower self with the high, follow your regimen. Way before they came we were gods and now we specimen. Tried to take the light from our eyes, thank God for Edison. Then they put the wool on our eyes, it's so embarrassing. Now we travel frequently, we should invest in Sheraton. All of us got gold on our bodies whenever we stepping in. Screaming Ramadan, Mubarak, training the flesh again. Wishing we could move as a unit just like the Mexicans. Dodging all the foods with estrogen, synthetic medicines. All sin isn't devilish. Sometimes the decisions that you make come for a better gift. Sometimes when you sin is to relate to all your brethren. Heavenly gates all in our face, we the champions. We live in the sky, we see the angels on the chariots. Waiting on the $20 bill, face a Harriet. I bet you I'ma carry it. I'm in love with music to the point I wanna marry it. But my love for people is greater, so I write messages. Largest spending power, but we still sit at a deficit. Living amongst prejudice, even at our residence. Moors in America, flourishing, excellent. Let's buy up some neighborhoods and groom our own president. Yeah. And I come to you today with all intentions of spreading love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
All right. All right. Peace, Moors. Let's do this. We're going to go ahead and get started. Go to realtrafficmarketing.com for all of your marketing needs. Make sure you do that. All right, for all the Moors in the central Ohio area, go to moorishamericans.com. Isn't that great? We have that website, moorishamericans.com, for our temple, our local temple right here in Columbus, Ohio. So for everybody there, go to moorishamericans.com and make a free account. You see that where you can log in at the top? Make a free account on there, your own profile. We have our own forum on there for us. So there's parts of the website that's just for us. So you have to make an account to be able to access it. And we need to have our own platform. We can't trust Facebook or Meta or whatever it's called now. So make sure you go to moorishamericans.com. And if you're ready to proclaim your nationality, come on and join and help us in the uplifting acts. So we're real people and we're really building in Central Ohio. Link up with us. Go to moorishamericans.com and also make a free profile on there, a free account on there. That doesn't mean you joined and proclaimed your nationality, but you can make a free account on there. So that's open to all the Moors in Ohio. And you can also join the temple and help uplift, help work with us to build our community. So go to moorishamericans.com and link up with the Moors in Central Ohio. Everyone, make sure to go to 40daymastersystem.com to get an incredible system that's packed with power. You can listen to it from any device, phone, laptop, anything, right, that you can play MP3s on. There's audio. There's an audio book that you can listen to, as well as neuro-linguistic programming that is designed to help you change your life. Check out these awesome real testimonials from real people all over the country, as well as international. We have the United Kingdom on here. We have several states, the entire country covered. Real people have used this to improve their life, including me and my wife. We actually created this and we actually use this every year, and we're living an incredible life. And I just wanted to share this with everybody. So make sure you go to 40daymastersystem.com. It's really easy. You can get it, you can download it to your phone, you can put it on your computer, anywhere where you can play MP3s, and it's only $19.95 and you get it instantly, right? And it's amazing, and it's powerful. You can put it everywhere. Go to 40daymastersystem.com. Make sure to go to realtrafficmarketing.com. Our digital marketing agency can help you meet your goals. We have a team of local digital marketing consultants and SEO experts based just outside of Columbus. And we're eager to help your company achieve its goals. We can help you rank higher on Google and just help you get in front of your clients, no matter where they're at, and at the right time when they're actually searching for you, your product or service, right? We can also yeah, make sure you go to realtrafficmarketing.com. So for all the entrepreneurs out there, everybody, make sure you go there. One other thing I want to share though with everybody. Let me go on and cut this on real quick. I just want to share this book, or these books actually, from the brother God 720. All right. I love that brother. Much love to that brother. He put some real stuff out there, and since we speaking on some real stuff, I just want to share that. So this is the God 720, the book, right? Stargate Publishing. So you can go to the guy720.com. What can I say? I mean, it's just packed with some mind-blowing information that can alter your consciousness. For real. Let's go into some more. We got right here what we have. The ethereal law, right? Look at the symbols on the back. All right. And so for the most part, once again, mind altering, consciousness raising information. Okay. And it's kind of like something that's it's just necessary to have in this day and age. And I appreciate the brother for putting that out. I love this book, right? Real Nigga Etiquette. Don't get mad at me, right? That's the name of the book, the Voodoo edition. All right, so make sure you go to the guy720.com, get the book. The book has the CD in there. The CD goes along with the music. I mean, with the book, with the content in here. But like, for real, once again, I say consciousness altering because it's pointing out things that actually show you why reality is constructed like it is, or why things are affecting you like they are. And so, I mean, it's amazing. You have to go and check it out. There's a lot of information in here, just on history throughout the Americas and how it pertains to you. And I mean, like, for real, the brother went in on here. So I just wanted to give a shout out real quick, because powerful info. Everybody needs to have a copy of that. So I just wanted y'all to go and check that out, putting that out there for real. Brother didn't pay me to do that. I'm just doing it because it's real info, and all y'all need to go and check that out. And let's go ahead and get started, though. Real quick video, pretty much just going in on things that's going in and it's affecting everybody. So everybody share this video. This is the type of mind-blowing conversations we just have on a regular basis. So peep it, check it out. Everybody, though, watching, click like and share and tune in. You're going to be glad that you stuck around. All right. Islam. Let's go. Let's go. So what we were just saying is that, you know, we don't have to do sacrifices. We don't have to shed blood to achieve our goals, to achieve protection, whatever it is that you want. Like in the past, you know, people would kill the goat. You gotta slit the goat throat. You gotta kill the calf. You have to burn the calf on the altar. You have to do all these different things to appease the gods or the demigods. And we don't have to do that. And that's in our Holy Quran, or the Moorish Science Temple of America, but it's divine truth, right? And that's not the only place where you'll find that, because it's divine truth. You have the portion in there where Jesus is telling the people, they're like, who do we sacrifice? And he's letting it be known, you don't need to sacrifice anything. We don't need to shed blood, because that's faulty logic. He's like, just honor your fellow man, because when man honors man, he honors a lot, right? And that, like you were saying, right?
And a lot of people misinterpret the word sacrifice. It has become, you know, a lower vibrational thing where we need to sacrifice blood or, you know, another living thing, when to really make a sacrifice it's just giving your time to someone else outside of yourself, being selfless. That is a sacrifice, and that is pretty much what the story of Jesus being sacrificed on the cross is really about. You know, metaphorically, symbolically, the sacrifice was him doing something for other people other than himself. And that's the same thing we have to do too, whether it's caring, stopping, you know, in our tracks of our busy lives to do something positive for someone else. That's the sacrifice. That's the charity work. And everybody could do it. You know, a plate of food, a story, make somebody smile, a compliment. Those all count. Bless you. Bismillah. But those all count as sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to go the way the world has taught you, because we have to remember everything is dense and sluggish at will on this 3D realm, and everything, you know, is kind of like lazy, and it takes us down as far as our vibrations are concerned. We have to slow down our vibrations in order to be here on the planet as, you know, beings that has spirit, soul, and in the flesh. And people, if you're just tuning in, we were talking about the current events that's happening right now, right in front of us in the world. We're talking about how, you know, Elon Musk is the wealthiest man on the planet, and what is he doing? You know, he's tapping into the AI, right? Tapping into the AI. We knew that was coming. They've been preparing us for the AI for years, ever since I was a child, and I'm almost 40. So they've been preparing us, and time is now. We're seeing the robots. You know, our children are in programming and robotics, and if they were not in those fields of education, we wouldn't even be on the level of understanding that we are on right now. Okay? I'm seeing and witnessing robots being created, programmed, and will be used in everyday lives, in our everyday lives. And we have to prepare and understand what this means. You know, when you're going into the grocery store and there's no cashiers, there's only the self-checkouts. And then there's the robots that's, you know, going down each aisle, following you. This is what's happening. It's slow and subtle. It seems that way, but in reality, it's happening right now, right in front of our faces. Jobs are shifting to programming. Somebody's going to have to create these robots. Somebody's going to have to fix these robots when they're broken. Someone's going to have to, you know, take them to the next level of things that humans will need in the future. You know, as a massage therapist, I massage wounded warrior soldiers, right? Some of them have prosthetics, and some of the prosthetics are some of them are simple, you know, just so that they can get around. But I've witnessed some that are very realistic. You know, they're moving like a regular, and it's amazing. 30 years ago, you see that, and you wouldn't even know unless you're, you know, physically touching or talking to the person and they're telling you about it. So it's not only, you know, being made for things that we will be using like in the grocery stores, you know, it's also going to be implemented in humans. So there's going to be people walking around that are partial AI or full AI. And it's going to be so realistic that you will not even know. You won't know. You can't tell. And this is the future that's upon us. And with that, as humans, as the Lord of the Plane may manifest, we cannot lose our spirituality, our connection to the source. Because obviously there's a big push for this AI, this technological advancement. There's a big push for it due to the fact that everyone is not connected to the source in the same way and are not transmutating the energies and being able to tap into a divine energy. So there are people who will never achieve that and don't understand how that works with only some people, you know, highly melanated people. So of course there's going to be scientists creating so that they can advance as well in a technological way versus a spiritual way. All right, so if this is the first time you're hearing any of this, I definitely recommend you going and looking into, you know, these things that I'm talking about and the things that we talk about, because it's happening. And you know, you don't want to be lost in the sauce. You know, a lot of stuff is going on, just like with Facebook and Instagram changing their name to Meta. What is Meta, right? What is that?
Yeah, so I wanted to say something about that, like with going back to the sacrifices, like you were saying, like for the most part, like you were saying, there's a higher and a lower form to making the sacrament, doing the sacrifice. On the higher aspect, you're doing kind deeds for each other, just honoring each other, even honoring your fellow creatures. You know, you see an animal in the middle of the street, you pick it up, you take it to the other side of the street, you know, or a squirrel, you know, instead of just running it over, you let it get to the other side, right? Just honoring, you know, life, honoring each other. And doing that is at a higher level. But then you have the lower aspect of it, which called for the sacrifice, the actual shedding of the blood, the harming of each other. And that goes back to the Quran too in the first chapter, the fall of man, where, you know, it's, excuse me, not in the first chapter, sorry, where it's made clear that when you step, even when you crush the meanest worm beneath your foot,
right, you're shaking the throne of Allah. Yeah.
Okay? And so, like, ultimately, that's getting you to a higher realm of thinking and the understanding that, like, that's why you pray, that's why you bless the food, because you're making a sacrifice. You're eating, you know, the flesh of another creature, or even if you don't eat flesh, even if you're all vegan, you know, you're still eating life, things that were alive, plants. People think, oh, leaves, plants, no, that's not alive. Yes, it's alive. It's alive. Yeah, everything is, and you know, that may be too much for some people to think about, but those plants are alive too, so everything, like you bless it. A sacrifice has been made to sustain your carnal body, right? Because we've fallen so low and started to vibrate so lowly that we must consume each other. We must consume the lower beings in order for us to sustain. And so you make that, you get that blessing because you're understanding, your consciousness is that high, you know that this was taking place. And so that's a sacrifice, all right? And so that's a lower sacrifice, the consuming of each other, the shedding of the blood. And this is why we see, you know, in the so-called secret societies, they do this, they're sacrificing children, they're doing all of these things, right? Because they're doing it from a low perspective. And so, like, when you see the news about the Travis Scott concert, and yes, at least eight people died, maybe even more. You know, there's a video of some dude speaking about it, and he's talking about how bad it was and how it was demonic. He's like watching dude keeps rapping.
The show
in
must go on.
While people are dying, and everybody in the audience is like, no, you gotta stop the show, people are dead, people getting trampled on and stuff. And he's like, it's so bad it made him not even want to deal with rap no more. He want to go on a higher path. And so that was a sacrifice. And it's not like he's the mastermind of it. These people are just puppets. When you get to that level, where you're on a major record label, and you're being seen by people, and you're doing McDonald's commercials and stuff, you're an empty vessel. They want people that are empty vessels that they can use to promote whatever message they want to promote. And if a sacrifice needs to be done, so be it. And that's also why you might want to be wary of the whole Metaverse, all this Facebook meta stuff. Because, okay, what is meta? Like the sister was saying, she's like, what is meta? You know, who is Metatron? Metatron is a higher up energy that you can call upon for things like for protection. You can actually use protection spells and things like that for yourself, or prayer, however you want to word it, right? And you can call on Metatron. That's just one aspect of it. And so, like, if Facebook was dealing with, like the sister said, they were in trouble.
They were in trouble. They had to reach.
They were dealing with legal issues.
They needed protection.
And even potential facing jail time. So they calling on Metatron for protection, but they're not coming from a higher aspect. Let's do good for each other, right? They got to make a sacrifice. And so what's the sacrifice? If we connect the dots and you look at the Metatron, it's all AI. It's all plugging you in deeper to video games and fake virtual reality. You know, they want people wearing VR helmets and getting deeper into the nonsense and this fake world, this digital world, and plugging your essence into it. You already got a profile. You already got all your stuff on there. You're talking. Basically they have like a synopsis of who you are. Especially for the people who comment like every day, who are always commenting on other people's stuff. They know your philosophy. Always putting up posts, talking about what you're going through. You broke up with somebody, you back together with somebody. Like, okay, this lady's crazy. She always got problems. They know your deal. They know who you are. So they building this AI version of you. And then they have to make it enticing. Because as is, nobody's going into that, but they're going to do stuff to make it seem cool and enticing and the thing to do to get you further plugged into it. And so there's things that are going on at this time that's even bigger than Facebook, executives and Mark Zuckerberg facing jail time. There's the entire planet is shifting. The solar flares coming through even more intense. Spoke about this on another video. They got through these things called the flux transfer event. They pop up every 8 minutes or so, where these giant invisible electromagnetic tubes that connect the Earth and the Sun pop up on different spots in the Earth. And information is being transferred back and forth between the Earth and the Sun. They don't talk about this in school, but it's not science fiction. Because you have the Jet Propulsion Laboratory at NASA, they're putting tons of money into studying this. They put these billion-dollar, million-dollar satellites into orbit to try to predict where it's coming so that they can tap in and see what these two entities are saying to each other. Okay, so the Earth is making the transition whether the people are ready or not. And boom, huge solar flare came through at the end of October, and it wasn't just one, it was like 3. And even though all of the electric grids didn't shut down, you're going to believe it hit the Earth and things are changing. And so people feel like that doomsday clock that they have, you should check and see where it's at right now. It might be at 11:59. They're feeling the crunch. We need to do something. We need to make a sacrifice to Metatron. We're going to sacrifice all these people, as many people as possible, get you plugged into this matrix. If you don't even know what you're getting into. It's not all fun and games, and it doesn't matter if there's nobody else around you talking like this. This is the uncommon view because the third eye is wide open, and we see through this murk.
Right, okay? And that tells us again how I was saying that a lot of people have a cap on their minds to how far they can actually go with the art, with the connection, with the spirituality. Some people cannot get as far as others because they're under the influence and dealing with substance abuse and all of these toxins and stuff that they're putting into their bodies from the environment, from the food, from the negative thoughts. That puts a cap on you, and you cannot attain the knowledge and the wisdom that some of us can. And that third eye is calcified. You cannot see. You can't see into the future. You can't go into the past. You can't even see what's right in front of your face, what's happening right in front of you. And it's not all your fault. It's by design. These things are happening to us on purpose, but that is not a reason to just give up and go with, the crap that's happening. Yes, we focus on the positive. Yes, we focus on remedy. Yes, we focus on, taking care of ourselves and our families and building our communities and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. But we do not turn a blind eye to what's happening around us because these are lessons and these are part of our assignments for us to understand and overcome so that we can continue to, change these energies. And that just shows how powerful we are as people. We are connected to the source. Allah is within, because if we wasn't connected, we wouldn't be having these kind of discussions. We wouldn't be on this level of knowledge, of wisdom, of understanding. We wouldn't be there at all in no way, shape, or form. And we do see brothers and sisters that even though they hear this message and they can go and see it and make the connection themselves, they can't hear it. They're deaf, dumb, and blind. The message is not received, and it cannot be received because they are capped. And some of us see that in our friends and our family and our mates. No matter how much we show the way, we point the direction, we explain what's happening, they see it, they're like, oh wow, that's deep, I never thought of it that way. But
leave me alone so I can go back
right, let me go get this pork sandwich.
Leave me alone.
You know, so it's crazy to witness this and to keep going forward. That's why they say it's lonely at the top, because we see this stuff and we still move forward. It doesn't matter who you feel like you're leaving behind. You're not really leaving nobody behind, because when you winning and when you're doing it, it's very personal for you. That is your assignment. Everybody is not assigned the same destiny as you are. That just means we're special and we're more powerful than we really understand. And back to the meta, right? That when I first heard that, I automatically thought of the Metu Neter. You know, the ancient Egyptian system for realization of the proof of our divinity and our powers within, right? Because that's all connected to more science. That's what we learn. You know, all these spiritual systems and thought systems that all of us are coming through to get to this point where we are today, where our eyes are wide open, it was all stepping stones for us to get to the top of this pyramid and to access our third eye activation, our power, and our connection. But it all comes back full circle. And that's why no matter what, when we come back, we remember and we realize who we are and what our job is, and we get to work. And you're never too old to get to work, you know, because all that you attain in this physical realm, when you change forms or pass away, or some people like to say die, we don't believe in death because energy doesn't die. But when we do make that transition, we take information, knowledge, and then we take to we continue, and we can get more done. Islam, so it's deep, and we just want everybody to understand that, you know, question what's happening around you. Look into what's going on. You know, teach your children if you have children. Arm them with love and understanding and knowledge. You know, we are teaching to apply the knowledge. You can't just know. You can't just know about stuff. You actually have to apply the information to your life, to your daily life. It has to be a way of life. Being a Moorish American Muslim is not just being having a religion and you know, praying a certain way. It teaches us culture, traditions, customs that we apply to our lives, and our lives become better. And everybody around us becomes better. And that's how, just like if we on some BS and we all about partying and doing drugs, everybody around us is going to be on that too. And we see that in the world. We see the influence that our people have on the world all around us. With the fake, you know, fantasy, rap, you know, all this stuff. We see that. And it works both ways though. We could be stand up, independent, fearless, upright. We could be that, and people would do it too. So it's not all lost. They, you know, they doing all this stuff. We can't do nothing about it. Yes, we can. Also, it starts with self.
Like we all against them.
Right.
Everybody else is like,
there's
nah,
no
man.
them.
We have to be the best version of ourselves so that we can be a good example for others, because we descend from the creators of civilization. We're not here to try to down other people. That's ignorant. That's low level. It's like everybody is to bring it up. And so we have to do it because no one else is going to do it.
And there's laws. There's laws of the land that we are supposed to understand and abide by and enforce. And if enough of us were on enforcing and understanding, a lot of the stuff that's being done to our people would not be getting done to our people. Easy as that. It's just that when you don't know, you can't do nothing about it. If you don't know, if you're ignorant to the fact that if you get pulled over, that the cop cannot illegally search your car for no reason. If you don't know your rights, if you don't understand, people are gonna get over on you. People are gonna do whatever they want to you. Because at this point, You're just here for that cause, for that reason, to see what people could get away with. Because enough of you don't know you don't know the truth. And that's crazy, because truth don't change. It's been here. We just forgot about, learning about the truth and applying the truth. We're just going with whatever somebody says, but man knows not by being told. We are never to just go along with what's being said. We are always to go and look for ourselves and get a group of people to look together. If it comes out to be the truth, fine, it's the truth. But if it comes out to be false, you're supposed to talk about that. You're supposed to bring it up. That's what government is about. And that's why we do these podcasts. That's why we have these discussions. It's to make you think. It's to make you active. It's to make you move. Not out of anger and out of emotion, but out of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Because when you're moving in love and understanding and seeing things for what they are, justice must take its course. Because you're doing it in truth. And you're at peace with yourself and your surroundings. And you have the freedom to do this in the world. And that's why what the prophet brought is so pure and powerful. We just don't understand how to tap into it and make it work for ourselves and our families and our communities. But that's all coming to an end, because it's a great awakening happening. Everyone's waking up to the information. Everybody's tired of the BS that's going on. And all we have to do is study together, tap in, and move forward as a collective. That's not hard. It's hard when there's egos and, alternative motives and, people trying to get over. But if they understand how to directly tap into their source, all that would disappear in one day. Now that's how you tap into the power of the mind. You guys check out www.40day, that's 40day, mastersystem.com. That's a 40-day mastersystem.com. That's a 40-day system that you apply for 40 days to your life. And you do journaling. You listen to a portion of it every day. You do journaling every day for 40 days. And then just see, it's like positive affirmation applied to you. To reprogram your thoughts, your negative thinking, your thinking of lack, your worrying, because all that brings down your physical body. It brings down your system that helps you to fight off disease and everything. So you reprogram yourself with this system, and you see how your life has changed. We do it every year. And we have brothers and sisters that we know personally and strangers who do it every year. And it's always beautiful testimonials from all over the world. So I definitely recommend, you tapping into that source. Also doing your positive affirmations. Also writing down your goals, so that you could be moving forward and not being stuck and not having that cap over you. Break free. Keep your minds pure with love. Keep your body clean with water.
Yeah, ultimately, that's what you need to do. Like, everybody, we all need to do. Like, some of the stuff I'm talking about, you definitely don't need to be worried about it, because it's outside of our control. That doesn't mean not being aware of it, but not worrying about it. All you have to do is have your goals and focus and control your mind, right?
Facts.
All right, and on that note, peace and love.
Peace and love. Remember, apply the knowledge. Don't just listen. Don't just agree. Be active. Get active.
All right, peace, Morris. Thank you all for tuning in. Everybody watching this, make sure you click like and share. I think like this conversation is good. It's enlightening. I think like we don't always have conversations on that level, especially with our significant others. And so it's important for us to be able to talk like this and for others also to see um, us doing this as well, right? So everybody make sure you share this. Help to get this out and just help to get the word out for the most part. So on that note, though, we're gonna go ahead and close out. And I'm just gonna say before we close, make sure you go to the website moresinamerica.com. Also, for those that want to support, donate, there's a Cash App little QR code on there on moresinamerica.com, or you could just cash out Moors in America. Also, we have a Patreon if you want to become a monthly subscriber. And also, we're on Anchor. So if you just want to listen to this without, you looking at the visuals, you could just listen to it while you're driving. We're on anchor.com, anchor.fm. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, Moors. For all the Moors in Ohio, check us out, moorishamericans.com. We're actually about to do our call right now. So peace and love, everybody.